Hey, I want to talk to you about your emergency fund. There was a post on Twitter recently where a woman was in tears, and I felt really bad reading this story. A woman's home had burned to the ground. That's terrible. But the real disaster was she had just learned after the home had burned to the ground that her homeowner's insurance won't put her house back the way it was. In fact, her homeowner's policy, the money will only cover a fraction of the cost that it's going to take to rebuild her home. And I think this is the kind of situation that many people just block out. They just put it out of their minds. They don't want to be thinking about what happens if their home burns to the ground or gets wiped out in a flood or some kind of disaster. Like a lot of folks, this woman's home had probably gone up in value significantly over the last couple of years, and she is just now finding out that her homeowner's coverage is only going to cover what it was worth a few years ago. That's a problem. You need to speak with your insurance guy or insurance gal and talk about what it's going to cost to replace your home using today's labor costs, today's material costs. How long are you going to be out of your home? These kind of questions are really important. This is important information you need to get from your insurance professional. You need to be speaking with them. Talk about things like a guaranteed replacement cost policy, or sometimes it's called 100% replacement cost coverage. I can tell you without knowing any details, it's going to be expensive. Just think about what homes cost these days, not market value, but what it costs to put a house back in the spot where the old house was. Think about it. You bought your house years ago, maybe 25, 30 years ago for $250,000. Today it's worth $900,000. Your insurance should keep up. I think the part that made me sick was reading the last line of the tweet where they say the person who posted the story wrote, "Insurance is a scam. They do everything possible to not pay out." That's simply not true. Insurance is not a scam. Sure, we all feel periodically a little ticked off that, hey, our medical claim got denied or we have to pay more out of pocket than we expected. Those surprises are unpleasant, but understand that it's not a scam. It's a business contract. It's a legal agreement between two parties. It's on you to understand the contract that you agreed to. You should read your insurance policy and understand what it means. And it's on you to ask your insurance professional, hey, what does this mean? Hey, what happens if my home burns to the ground tomorrow? What's going to happen? We don't sell insurance as part of our practice here, but it's important to understand how insurance works. And we talk about that many times with clients. The thing that surprises us in conversations is people will say, well, I would rather have a higher deductible because that will lower my premium. Okay, sounds good. Where is that deductible, that out of pocket expense? It should be sitting somewhere in an emergency fund. And what we're finding is something very different than what people are saying. Survey after survey shows that large percentages of people across the United States have trouble putting their hands on $1,000 tonight for an emergency. And by the way, borrowing money from your 401k, that's not an emergency fund. An insurance company did a survey, and we'll link to it in the show notes, that had some very surprising numbers. At least they were surprising to us. 18% of homeowners say that their current home insurance policy doesn't provide enough coverage to fully replace or repair their home in the event of a disaster. But this is the number that really got us surprised. 38% of the people who responded to the survey say they don't even know how to tell if they're underinsured. This means the real number of underinsured homes may be a lot more than most people think. And as financial planners, these are the kind of things that really surprised us. 59% of the people who responded to this survey said that they couldn't afford a deductible of $5,000 or more if their home was seriously damaged. The survey concluded that 42 million homes in the United States are underinsured. 42 million. Financial planning isn't just about your investments and the stock market and what's happening with interest rates. It should encompass your entire financial picture. That includes staying up to date with your insurance coverage. You need to be speaking with your insurance professional to make sure that the coverage that you have is up to date. and knowing that you've got enough set aside in cash to cover an emergency. Because look, a fire that burns your home to the ground is an emergency.